Welcome to Entertainment Weekly's Around the Table.
One of the benefits of being in this period of time and talking to people over Zoom is the bookings that we're able to get now is definitely we have a little more freedom that way. People tend to be more available when you can spend 20 minutes with them over Zoom. So, and that works, on Trevor's side and for us in the field as well. We're able to book people that we normally would not be able to talk to because they're too busy traveling.
I mean, and The Daily Show had Governor Cuomo. That was his first interview, and I was shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's amazing. But is there anybody that sticks out to you that you've been able to get because of the pandemic that you wouldn't have been able to get beforehand?
Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Fauci was pretty great.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey.
Well, Mariah wasn't going to come to the Daily Show set. She wasn't doing that.
She probably would have come.
We had Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms set for a field piece, but then she started getting into it with the governor. And so that interview ended up going from field to studio, which is fine. But, Desi's right. Like, there's just so many better names and so many more people that we have access to now.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying, Jabuki?
Oh, no, I was saying that I talked to someone who had coronavirus and I wouldn't have talked to someone who had coronavirus.
That's true. Just from a logistical standpoint, you probably wouldn't have been able to.
Well, I think for me, when it comes to one thing that helped me kind of wrap my mind around everything was, people talking about, you're doing this in boxes, we're doing this in boxes. TV is a box.
True.
TV is a box, your iPad is a box. We've already been in we've been in boxes the whole time. We were just in boxes outside, but I'm still watching someone else outside, but I'm at my house watching a box. So for me, we've been in boxes the whole time. This isn't really this is just a different set. I just can't, I mean, what Ward was saying is especially is with we're all live performers. You can kind of, especially when those interviews with people, whether it's in kind of like a little adversarial or it's more of a friendly interview, you can still feel the person's vibe and you can kind of see where you can go, where you can play with them. And, if I could do a little nudge, or I can be like a little ooh, whatever I need to do to get, the information that I need. When you're in person with somebody, you can see, if you can play with them or you have to be very straightforward with these questions because they're not here for games today. So I think for me, that was the hardest part. Because that's why as a stand-up comic, I didn't do any of the Zoom shows. I didn't do a single stand-up comedy Zoom show because I'm an old school theater kid. I need to be able to feel the audience. So I think for me, because the one that I did about the Count on It piece that I did about police brutality, I was real jokey with him and he was very much about information. And I was like, well, let me adjust. But if we would have been in person, either I could have got him to be more jokey or I could have gone. I mean, it was a very great interview, but I had to adjust because what I was accustomed to doing, he was here about this information and I was trying to, work it out and how to see how it plays out. So I think that's been the hardest thing for me is just not being able to be in person, not being able to see where I can go, what questions I can ask, can I be a little, I can't push because I can't feel the person in the room. I think that's been the hardest part for me to try to figure out how to do interviews.
If you enjoyed that panel, you need to check out last night's Late Night by EW, which drops every single morning on Quibi. It's the only show out there that showcases the most must-see late night moments, from monologue jokes to sketches to celebrity interviews, all in one fell swoop. So check us out. That's last night's Late Night by Entertainment Weekly on Quibi.